the beautiful lady with the mellifluous voice, Rev Ann.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Rev Ann.
Let me add my own words of welcome. Thank you for being here with us today. And also our family on the World Wide Web. Today, I wanted to share some thoughts running on the theme, embracing the extraordinary, a life more abundant. The month of August for our country has two sets of celebrations. We remember the lessons of our emancipation from the past condition of enslavement, and we recognize and appreciate the responsibilities of being independent. Emancipation and independence are steps in our quest for transformation and evolution in the outcome of successful nations. But on a personal level, we are spiritual beings first and foremost. And the lessons of our mortal experiences, if learned, will all go well for embracing extraordinary life experiences, milestones on our eternal pathway of cosmic growth and unfolding. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Hinton, in his book, The Science of Mind, states, and I quote, "Let us no longer fight the old. Let us no longer remember that we were once on the outer ring. Let us forget the past and live in the eternal present of God's happy smile. Today is good. Tomorrow will be even better. And that vista of tomorrows that stretches down the bright eternities of an endless future will all be good, for the nature of reality cannot change in the future. Our past, the outer ring of effects, cannot define us, but it permits us to understand what thought pattern placed us on that avenue of experience, and therefore we can change that pattern to what is desired, allowing us to move forward to reveal the truth of our being, our divine attributes. What is the nature of the truth of our reality? Dr. Holmes, in a good prayer, describes it as this, and I quote, "Each person is a manifestation of the divine spirit which never tires, which is birthless, deathless, and limitless. Each is receptive to the inexhaustible energy of the universe and to divine guidance. Each person in this group is conscious of complete happiness, abundant health, and increasing prosperity. Each is aware of his partnership with the infinite. Each knows that everything he does shall prosper. Each is conscious of an inner peace and poise. Each immediately becomes conscious of a more abundant life in the future." This, in my opinion, is embracing the extraordinary. Every single moment, each of us has the choice to think, be, or do something towards moving forward to a more abundant life. John 8, verse 32, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." To contemplate this truth, the reality of our being, should free us from the tyranny of past mistakes and their effects. As once we contemplate or remember our conscious union with life, our constant communion with our soul, with its source, freedom is a must. I read this quote from our Ritual Living Book of Meditations, which is completely succinct. "Be yourself today, regardless of what happened yesterday." Our spiritual practices go a long way in carving out the way forward, or placing us on the right trajectory to living a more abundant life, an extraordinary experience. Additionally, we have what it takes to live more abundantly. 1 John 4, verse 4. "Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." Reverend Christian Sorensen, one of our luminaries in this organization, in his prayer for choosing my perfect journey, invites was to think along these lines, and I read just the first verse. With absolute choice, I have entered in this world of fall. With absolute choice, I remember that which I have chosen. It is this higher connection which recognizes the perfect flow of life moving through me. This divine power knows itself as me. That which cloaks the conscious knowingness falls away, exposing pure presence. This brilliant blaze of pure potential enlightens me to see and to choose rightly the unveiled truth of my being. It aligns me on my perfect and enchanted journey. Let me reiterate the essence of the prose. This divine power knows itself as me. That which cloaks the conscious knowingness falls away to expose pure presence. This brilliant blaze of pure potential enlightens me to see and to choose rightly the unveiled truth of my being, which aligns me on my perfect and enchanted journey. A life more abundant. But how do we respond to each moment of the present in order to expose the extraordinary instead of the commonplace? The August 6th reading of the Science of Mind magazine with my Reverend Jesse James guides us with 3 clues. The words accountability, responsibility, and discipline. I quote from his text, spiritually speaking, accountability denotes an unbroken link between mind and heart, in word and deed. Responsibility is knowing we have what it takes because we are what it is. Something that is everything has our backs. And discipline means remaining teachable, forever astonished at the magnitude of the universe and the gift of life. End of quote. Let us start with the first word, accountability, in the quest for a life more abundant. Each one of us is a manifestation of the divine spirit, partners with the infinite, each one incarnated on this earth plane with a particular vision to express the attributes of our Creator. Our mission is in whatever role we play or avenue of expression we choose to express this visionary life of God, we must remain accountable to it. Our thoughts, words, deeds, our mind, our heart must always be totally aligned with the true reality of our being. In our corporate world, our families, any organizational structure we are a part of has some objective that is the underlying theme that guides the operations of the company, our home, and our individual lives. For individual life, our vision is another way of stating our life's purpose. In order to figure out our mission, objectives, or purpose, we always begin with source. Our guidance from within, which structures our decisions, choices, perceptions, and therefore with simplicity we are able to effectively match the truth of our being with our thoughts, words, and deeds. As we develop our ability to live in total communion with our source, our emerging vision is truly a life more abundant, but it takes effort on our part. Daily we must tap into our inner resources, receptive to the inexhaustible energy of the universe. With clarity, inner peace, and poise, we walk our talk. This is accountability. We live with integrity. No matter what we are feeling in response to any situation, we remain true to our vision by uttering words or performing actions that are totally consonant with the nature of our being. With each successive day of practice, we must awaken each day with an inspired and expanded idea of expressing our vision in whatever forum we find ourselves. If we say we are peacemakers, then no matter what the race culture comes up with, peace is our demeanor and tranquility must be the song that we sing. We say we are lovable, therefore we are quick to forgive. as the act does not define or desecrate the sacredness of the individual soul we are dealing with. We serve without reward because the life of every man is gone. We have been given the talents, the capacity, and ability to express this highest vision of spirit as our individual self. And therefore, our responsibility is to ensure that we do just that. Now we are at the second word, responsibility, which is knowing that we have what it takes to express our true reality, because we are what it is. We have what it is because we are what it is. We are the vision of God. How aware we are of who we are does not make any of us any less accountable to the specification of our true reality. Rev Sorensen reminds us that our responsibility is to be a change agent. Remain that which we are. Remove that which cloaks the conscious knowingness. It must fall away to expose the pure presence of God within each one of us. We have what it takes to remove the cloak, the blinders, the facade, erase the stories that seek to shadow the true reality of our being. How do we exercise this responsibility? One of the first factors we have to exercise is the natural faith and trust we have. Faith of God which is intrinsic. Because whether we want to know or not, we are individualized expressions of God. Manifestations of the divine spirit. Partners with the infinite. Nothing can change that. We have faith and trust in the process of our transformation into what we were created to be. We express our faith and trust in the omnipotence, omnipresence, omniscience that is God, the everything that backs us. The Bhagavad Gita states, the true saint goes in and out amongst the people, and eats and sleeps with them, and buys and sells in the marketplace, and marries, and takes part in social intercourse, and never forgets God for a single moment. That sums it up. Our responsibility is never for a single moment forget God. We have what it takes to live in conscious communion with the One, to develop the intimacy necessary, that deepening awareness as we consciously court that precious spirit of life that indwells us. That everlasting love, so pure and unconditional, that permits us to live in the shadow of the Almighty. We have spiritual practices that daily sustain, maintain, and empowers us to go forth into the world and live in Spirit's highest vision for every facet of our life experience. Our engagement with the world at the level of business, and I use the term generally, to cover any type of employment or organization you're associated with. Our engagement with each other in relationships, casual, family, or otherwise, must reflect our ability to always behold the God presence in every person and in every incident. Never for one moment forget God. We must explore our inner worlds, deepen our connection with our beloved, observing love and life from a higher perspective must be our primary responsibility. We must live at a transcendent level at all times with faith and focus. This means finding out what our talents, abilities, and capacities are. What we have, we must utilize because they are gifts from our beloved Creator. So whatever knowledge and instruction that is necessary, we must seek out to enhance our mission to express God at the highest level possible. We are accountable for our place in creation. We are all a part of God's masterpiece, and our responsibility is to ensure that we fit effectively into the tapestry of life. Life with a capital L, because this is what each individual is, life expressed. When we know our individual purpose on this plane of existence, and with the full utilization of the potential that is within each one of us, then as Gibran states, the soul of God within each one of us unfolds itself like a lotus of countless petals. showing our responsibility is to our fellow travelers. At all times, we are responsible in ensuring that we regard each other at the level of Spirit's highest idea of the individual. We are no longer our brother's keeper, but our brother. A statement comes out the Bible. To see the person as how God sees them is always permitting them to be totally receptive to the truth of their being. Good must be for all concerned. With responsibility comes discipline. The third thing, which is to remain teachable, forever astonished at the magnitude of the universe and the gift of life. In remaining teachable, one must be open, receptive, always seeking to listen to the still small voice of infinite wisdom and call from within. To always in every circumstance go into the silence to commune with our Creator and be totally receptive, beyond words, beyond thought. This reminds me of the first spiritual practice which was taught on our recent foundation course called Century. It is important to learn to center the attention and the intention within one's being, and to do this every day. Living from the inside out is a true method of creating our reality. Aligning ourselves with the divine power that lives at the very center of our being will lead to our outer world conforming to our intentions. The practice has two simple steps. First, we begin by setting our intention to live more completely from your inner knowing, your inner heart. Be willing to release old concepts, challenges, and events from your thinking in order to see more clearly. We find a quiet place where we can sit undisturbed for a few minutes. If you're in your office, just gently close the door for a few minutes. The second step is to bring your attention to your breath. Breathe deeply into your heart space. Continue to do this until you feel your heart becoming calm and peaceful. Set the intention by using your imagination that within your heart there's a sanctuary where you feel safe and at complete rest. Stay with the idea. Claim this sanctuary within you. Continue breathing deeply into your heart space until you have achieved a space within you where you can realize your intentions, experience love, peace, and empowerment from within. After a few minutes of complete calmness, return to your daily tasks with a new perspective. This takes discipline to daily do what is necessary to remain accountable to the truth of your being, and always taking the initiative and responsibility to ensure that we express the mission objectives to live the vision of a life more abundant. The second aspect of discipline is to forever be astonished at the magnitude of the universe and the gift of life. To drink daily from the magnificence and grandeur of this little island, much less the entire universe, with its order. Life itself as it is reflected in each one of us. I am in absolute awe, filled with humility, that there is so much to know. Each day is indeed a new experience for that journey. When you observe that each individual is so filthy and wonderfully made, so complex, yet we are one. And yet each, with our own talent and ability, doing the best that we can. We think of the magnificence of our people, so enterprising, yet simple people of heart who know how to enjoy life. This human spirit of ours, courageous, feisty, ambitious. And then you think of our music, dance, scientific inventions. I think we are now trying to put the atom together to get fusion, which is trying to simulate the sun to get new power. This is how far we are now. We think of different genres of art, culture, you name it. And then when you go back to nature, this indescribable beauty that surrounds us in this temple. Sometimes words, there isn't enough words to describe how beautiful this place can be. And you think of our sunrises, our sunsets, our mountains, our plains, or rivers and seas, or hot weather, yet we have balmy breezes, the soft beauty of our nights, or stars. Flowers that defy description in color. This is from my little microcosm, but you can expand your vision to that of the other parts of the globe, beyond to other planets. Research is now on Mars. Japan is making man the space station. You even have lessons being dispatched from space, from the Chinese astronaut, the female one, to this classroom. The magnitude of this universe that we live in. Yes, friends, we are accountable. We are co-creators with God, joint heirs with Christ Jesus, in partnership with the infinite, open to the inexhaustible resources of the intelligence that is. We are the highest evolution, the potential to be beyond the achievements of present day. Therefore, our thoughts, ideas, words, actions must match, must be in total alignment with who we are. We are responsible for the maintenance of our identity. We are responsible for expressing always that Spirit's highest idea of who we are. We have the abilities and the capacity to be God's visionaries on this plane of existence. Let us not shrink away or be shy about who we are. We are capable of surmounting any challenge posed in the manifestation of a life more abundant. Yet we must be open, receptive, teachable, in order that our spiritual magnificence may flow through us unobstructed, open to guidance, doing our spiritual work consistently and constantly, as we are able stewards of the vision of life more abundant. And yet, the vastness of the universe is around us, and we must always sense our oneness with it. The sacredness of God's life, ever evolving and flowing through each one of us. And with a childlike innocence, always aware in any given moment that we live in God's rich grace of our blessed life. So let us begin our practice, my friends. Gently close your eyes, taking three deep centering breaths. 1, 2, 3. Pay attention to the depth of that breath. Breathe deeply, slowly into your heart, until a sense of peace and calmness emerges. Set your intention now to live from this sacred, safe space within. The one Supreme Spirit is within, around, and through every member of this world. Each is a center of God's conscious life, truth, and action. Infinite intelligence governs, sustains, and animates every member of this body. Good alone goes from them, and good alone returns. Infinite mind establishes harmony and right adjustment for all personal, family, business, and social affairs and conditions in the life of each one. Each is supplied with every good thing. Each is happy, radiant, and complete. The Spirit of God manifests in each one as peace, harmony, and fullness. Everything that any one of this group does, says or thinks, is governed by infinite intelligence and inspired by divine wisdom. Each is guided by divine intelligence into right action, which is surrounded by love, friendship, and peace. Each person is a manifestation of the divine spirit, which never tires, which is worthless, deathless, and worthless. receptive to the inexhaustible energy of the universe and to divine guidance. Each one now conscious of complete happiness, abundant health, and increasing prosperity. Each aware of his partnership with the infinite. Each knows that everything he or she does shall prosper. Each is conscious now of an inner peace and quiet. Each immediately becomes conscious of a more abundant. Gently open your eyes. Namaste.